We're back with another episode of Bonding with Boogie and Precious Perspective, and it is your host, Boogie Ogun.
For sure.
Him a thee, him for knee, him the G, him who doesn't hide, him who seeks, him with the shortest arms, him still with the longest reach, and my boy, of course.
Precious with a precious perspective, per usual. Always good to be here with you, brother. Chop it up, talk that talk. Beautiful Wednesday, sun is shining. And I'm just say I'm in a good mood. I finally got me some Iceman, some good music in my system, and I don't know that's what we talking about, but I'ma just say I'm glad the boy finally dropped. You feel me? How you feeling today, Black?
I'm well.
Yeah, yeah.
And we are talking about Iceman.
Okay, oh goody.
And furthermore, due to the fact that you were probably more anticipated on this album than I was, I'm gonna let you just go ahead and have, because he dropped 3 albums that day.
Yeah.
But I think we're only gonna go and discuss, the one that really meant something to hip hop, and that was Iceman.
Facts.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and give your take and give your what you have to say about it.
I'm gonna start by saying, first and foremost, we're not gonna, and it's funny because I was having this conversation about Chris Brown recently dropped the album, and it was like 26. Or Chris Brown be dropping long albums.
He does that usually,
and it's a thing. Whereas me as a listener, I ain't really got all that listen in me. You feel me? You've had other artists who drop long songs or long albums, and it's like, damn, you got to go through. Drake dropped 3 albums in one evening, in one setting. I don't know. Soulja Boy said he was the first to do it with mixtapes. I don't know who. Some will fact check that, but to my knowledge, no other artist has done that and had the energy for people to want to actually listen to the 3 albums. Like I say, it's certain people who got too many songs on their albums, and you like, nah, I'm not here for it. But Drake dropped 3 albums, and I listened to all 3. Now, to your point, I do think that Iceman is the one for me. That's the standout album currently. That's the one that I've been listening to thoroughly, and this is, I feel mixed about the album, honestly, because I do believe it's a good album. I think that I'm happy, like I say, that he finally dropped, and he addressed a lot of things. And I won't even say address things, more so than, and dang, I don't want to sound like this guy, because I hate sounding like this guy.
Chest.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was, you can hear him acknowledging the shots, you feel me? And I think a lot of people been, man, it's been 2 years, he still talk about the beef. He said, come on, man. A lot of y'all not fucking with family members who wronged you and when you was a shorty at Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all then fell out. You go out the city or go out the country with your homie, your homegirl, and now y'all the worst of enemies now. So when you got the whole world chanting at a Super Bowl, your PDF, that's what the new ling, I guess, is behind
pedophile?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? PDF.
Like, they gonna fuck up my file.
You know what I'm saying? How do you return from that? And I feel like this is a great return, because one thing that I will say, and it's the age-old saying, sometimes you lose the battle, but you win the war ultimately. And that's not to say that Kendrick or whoever, for that matter, can't step into the chat and pop they shit and do, because if Kendrick's really like that, he will pop back out and be like, hey, buddy, I wanted you done forever. And if he has that type of power, so be it. He doesn't. And I say he doesn't simply because what Drake did that I appreciated the most is took all 3 of his styles and gave them life. And that's what makes Drake Drake. Like, Kendrick can't, and it's been proven, Kendrick can't do what Drake does in regard to They Not Like Us. Is some shit that's the one song in rotation. That Drake's gonna have many. Drake, I've seen people say it, hating. Drake just gave us the summer, G. Like, from the rap shit on Iceman to the ting ting shit on Maid of Honor, and then R&B shit on, I can't pronounce it. I'm gonna just say Habibti, whatever. Either way, I feel like he gave us some shit. I think Iceman overall, I haven't gotten to the point of, I guess, grading it yet, like on a grade scale. It's a straight through though for me. I can listen to it. I have listened to it straight through. So yeah, I'm like I say, I'm happy to have music from a boy, and just that space of, and I'm gonna make this comparison, and I'm gonna pass it off to you to see your thoughts. But it kind of reminds me of, to me, and I'm probably being dramatic, it kind of reminds me of the first Black Panther. And I hate to consider Drake the Chadwick Boseman of it. But understanding that, I feel like, just like Killmonger, Kendrick damn near is a war general. Like, he's a nigga who's like, if we need some shit deaded, if we need to get something taken care of on that end, let's end it. You feel me? It's a wrap on that. I don't know that his interest or his mindset may be for the people, but the people don't always dig that overly strong kill shit. The people like to have a good time. The people like the ting ting shit. Like, and I feel like Drake is for the people. As much as he gets the rep of whatever, like I say, it seemed like everybody, it was cool to hate Drake, for real. It was damn near a trend. You didn't really know as many people hated Drake. At least I didn't, until that beef happened, because not only was it other industry niggas who was sending shots, but it was regular people. Yeah, Drake music, I ain't really fuck with his last couple albums anyway. And it's like, damn, that's what I guess being great gets you. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers waiting on you to fall, because I feel like when you at the top, you can only go down, and you gonna have people around trying to pull you down. So again, overall, I think solid rap album. He addressed or directed shots at a lot of people, and the type of shots that's like, it is what it is now. Like, y'all did that, I'm doing this, and we gonna see what happens from there. What you thinking about it? How you feeling about it?
I wouldn't call myself a Drake fan. I'd call myself a Drake listener.
For sure.
I'd call myself someone who respects Drake's work ethics and, his music catalog in general. I do respect and will honestly say that Drake is one of the best to ever do it. So as far as the album, it did give nostalgic Drake flow. Drake always gets on the track and, says his slick things, and says, it's just, Drake is so funny to me with the mob persona.
Yeah.
More song he says, in Chi-Town popping the pill, finna go on a drill, looking for someone to kill.
Yeah.
And on songs like that, I don't even know what the fuck he talking about. I be like, where you going with this? But just in general though, it was good to hear Drake address things that needed to be addressed. Mm-hmm. And I also did, I do, even because like I said, I really didn't pick a side between the Kendrick and the Drake thing. I was not one of those people that was like super rooting for Kendrick to see the downfall of Drake. So I can't say that I was on either side of that. I just enjoy the music. But when somebody's back is against the wall against others, I do like to see them rise from that and, shine after they rise from that. And Drake, on this rap album, he shined. Was it the greatest Drake album I've ever heard? No. Was it the greatest rap album of this year? No. But was it a good rap album for Drake to have taken time off and to come back from, the situation, this rap album from Drake, it was a solid project. It was a solid album. All the near sayers, anybody that was counting him out, I think, he doubted them wrong, or he proved them wrong at this point. And but like I said, you counted yourself out even thinking that Drake would even get to the point of defeat, complete defeat. Like I said, he lost the fight, but as far as the battle, it's still Drake. Like you said, with the 3 albums given to us, he shows us why his catalog, why his feature lists, why his song list is so long, because Drake has come into the game and cultured every aspect of it, from Mexican music to the Jamaican reggae vibes to the hardcore rap to the soft pop rap to actually pop songs. Drake is a LeBron James type player of rap music. So like I said, to see him come back, and like I say, I haven't listened to either of the other 2 albums because that's not what I was interested in. I will get to those. The real rap is what I was interested in, and that was one thing I guess people questioned, to know if Drake would be really rapping on this album, or if he would really be
Try to switch
addressing anything. And he did address. He did it. Drake has always seemed as if he was taking shots.
Yeah, chip on the shoulder.
Yeah, he has a chip on his shoulder. He's always talked slick. And like I said, with us not being in the rap industry, we would never know who niggas is talking about until we find out. Because I didn't know it was a deep hatred between him and that nigga this long until we found out.
Yeah, me.
I didn't know niggas was secretly hating on Drake until we found out. I didn't know niggas wanted to click up and get on this nigga ass until we found out. So just seeing Drake overcome, obviously, a double team, tag team, triple team, just seeing him still, pop his shit and still be Drake and sound undefeated. It was, like I said, it was a good project. I knew Drake would deliver. I'm happy that I didn't go into it hyping it up. Well, not hyping it up, but believing it would be hyped up.
Facts.
Meaning, like, going into it like, man, this Drake shit damn near gonna be probably slight weight trash, but niggas gonna hype it up because it's Drake. I actually listened and know it was actually, like I say, it was nostalgic sounding Drake with, new topic and new attitude and, just a bigger chip on his shoulder, and just letting niggas know that no, I am not defeated. Yeah. I am not conquered. I am not stepped on. I'm still here. But like I said, we knew, anybody who knew music and knew rap and knew who Drake is, we figured that he'd still be around. We figured that it was not the end of Drake. You had to be a fool or just somebody who has no knowledge of music to think that Drake was completely done. So like I said, with that being said, Drake dropped his album. Solid, very, 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 very solid project. Didn't have many features on there. Did have a future feature on there that I was surprised about, but like my brother told me, I guess and assumed they got back cool. I guess it was never probably a real issue.
Yeah. He said that on one of the songs.
Okay.
Yeah, never had, and this was before the hiatus. He said something about what was that Family Matters, I think, where he was like never really had a problem with Hendrix. That was Leland something, basically putting it off on Metro. And Future said it. If your Metro don't trust you, I'ma shoot you. So to his case, Future was a man of his word in the sense that if Young Metro ain't fucking with you, I ain't too tough fucking with you. And Drake kept to his in a space where it's like, nigga, I ain't really got no problem with you. It's this little nigga.
It's your man.
Yeah. Which, whatever, they handled that on the back end, I'm assuming. I don't know how that went, but yeah. I think that a lot of people was disappointed even in seeing that, but I can't lie, I wasn't ready to not have Future and Drake ever again. Like ever again. Like
You already got to do without Ross in Future.
Yeah.
And I think
or Ross and Drake.
Ross and Drake. I think I'm more disappointed in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm more. We know Drake and Future make good music, but you hear shit like "Stay Scheming" and shit, bro. That's when rap was real. Like Ross and Drake make great music together, man. So, like Drake and Future make a lot of turned up kind of shit, but Drake and Ross sound together is real boss,
rap
vibe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of upset we probably will never hear Ross and Drake again on some new shit. But like you said, I'm happy Future. I'm happy for any man or for anybody that's able to put shit to the side and get back on a good note. But like I said, shout out to Drake for overcoming this shit, man. And like I said, it's still rising to the top. I'm pretty sure, like you said, he's number one. He got 3 albums, so one of the motherfuckers got to be number one as far as streams, as far as sales, as far as what he's doing. So like I said, I just want to tip my hat off to him. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if Kendrick comes back and blows this shit up. Like, man, look, which I wouldn't be mad at because if Kendrick is on that type of time, obviously he showed us the type of time he could be on. Mm-hmm. So if he don't want to hear from that nigga again, he gonna have to pop out and not hear from this nigga again and make sure this nigga don't even want to get heard from again. But that's not gonna happen. We only hear from Kendrick every 9 years.
So often, yeah.
Yeah, Kendrick doesn't want to be Drake.
That guy, yeah.
Kendrick doesn't want to be, and he can't be. He doesn't have the talent that Drake has.
Mm-hmm.
Not to.
And that's not he don't got talent.
Yeah, not to minimize or to small his talent. He has talent in what he does, and he's proven and showed us his talent in multiple ways. But as far as Drake, Drake is one of those special cases where he's multi-talented and he will succeed in a multiple of ways. So, like I said, Kendrick will go sit this one out. If anybody drops, it will be somebody other than Kendrick. Maybe, like I said, I don't think after this album anybody even wants to, because Kendrick fucked Drake up and they little shit. Other niggas not fucking with Drake. Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of niggas is gonna let Drake album ride out for a while, and then niggas will start dropping after Drake and see what they shit do. Because as far as right now, niggas probably don't need to be dropping music for like the next month and a half, 2 months.
Facts.
Until the summertime.
Facts. I feel like everything that you just said. One thing again, all of this made me happy because it put Drake at Drake gotta be it. I said this early on, like Drake gotta embrace the fullness of himself in order to, I'm not even gonna say win this battle, because again, like we say, the battle is lost. But to be remaining factor in the game, so to speak, you gotta embrace the fullness of yourself. So I said it already, like Kendrick played They Not Like Us, he's a white man. Nigga, you gotta embrace the half white man, half black man and super saying that shit, because ultimately that's fully who you are. And I think by dropping the projects the way that he did, he was displaying that ability. He was displaying that ability of, again, I ain't gonna lie, as any good winner that is a sore loser does when they lose, they change the game. Every time a nigga who don't like losing, that is accustomed to winning, loses, he say, okay, but can you do this though? And that's what Drake did. Drake was like, okay, you can treat me, you can ridicule me, you can put me in this corner of I'm not like y'all. You know what? Kind of don't want to be like y'all because y'all not doing this. You can't do this. You can't reach these heights. And I feel like you said, coming back and still displaying an undefeated nature, that's a true champion for real, because you understand that certain things are meant to happen. You look at, I started to compare it to sports. Cause again, shout out to my boy, only rapper present day I know was dissing everybody. Had shots for rappers. He dissed DeMar DeRozan. He dissed LeBron. Like, he just had smoke for everybody because he felt like everybody had smoke for him. And so it's understanding that just because I take what y'all perceive as a loss doesn't mean that that's the end. And if you thought that's the sick part, like you said, I don't know that people truly thought Drake was over, more so wanted him to be over, like more so than like, man, I hope this the thing that's gonna hold him down. I hope Kendrick finally exposed Drake for the fraud that he is. And it's like, I don't know that he's a fraud more so than an individual influenced by the culture, influenced by the arts, and expresses that and capitalizes that in a way that I can take advantage. Ultimately, fucked up as it may sound, I can take advantage of of saying nigga. I can take as a half white black man, as a Jewish man, and I ain't gonna lie, that's how he wins in this game. In a sense of, okay, cool. How many of y'all are doing the ribbity rap contract shit? I just dropped these because a lot of people are saying he's dropped the 3 albums to fulfill his current contractual obligations to UMG. I don't know that I could imagine a industry or a label-less Drake. Like, what does that look like? Because ultimately, I feel like now you start doing things that are outside of rap. And for me, that was kind of what the beef, that's always what was going to, I guess, to me, dictate the winner in regard to, and even with everybody was mad at Drake. Oh, he's suing, he doing this, he look goofy, but it's like, hey, I'm gonna play the money game. And for whatever reason, good, bad, ugly, black people, our people, melanated people, whatever, we've gotten confused and feeling like the brute force game and the beat up game is the one to push Ice-T. We think the strong arm game is the game. They're not playing that game. And whenever we try to play that game with them, we lose. Whenever we try to go up against the system, and I think Drake is ultimately trying to show that I'm the system. Like, I'm the thing that you can't get rid of. Like, you can act like, oh yeah, again, they not like us. You can act like, oh, he's a goofy white boy playing gangster and all that different type of stuff. My thing is, like I was just saying off camera, I feel like we've known and met people who you look at and you hearing stories about them and you like, that's not him. He's not that tough. He's not that. And again, I feel like in his best shape, boy, I'm not. If Drake was to get on that, like get on some tough shit with me, like I'm not taking him serious. And I ain't gonna say I'm not taking him serious. I'm just not gonna be like, oh man, Drake's trying to get at me. Like, it's not gonna put no fear in my heart. And saying that to say, just because it's not him, don't mean that he don't know people. And I think that was another thing that a lot of people are having issue with of, oh man, how you turn grown and get gangster. Same way you do anything for real. Life happens. And so you got money now. You is whatever as it may sound, as fickle as people, you can buy people, you can buy friends. As a shorty, you got to do all the dumb shit to prove, oh yeah, I'm with the guys, I'm tough, I'll go point him out, knock him out. I knocked that nigga out. The guys think I'm tough now. I ain't got to get my hands dirty now. I can say, hey, little Juju, go smoke buddy ass or go punch buddy ass for me. I got a couple bands for you. Yeah, it may make you less tough. I won't say that it don't make you the same amount effective. And so I think ultimately in this is war tactics at this point. And I think that the industry, as much as we needed the beef, so to speak, to draw clear lines in the sand, like it was, like you say, it was always kind of subliminal shots and messages. I like the fact now that it's directed. I be feeling fake slow sometimes because I'm a real, if it ain't directed, it ain't respected. If it don't apply, let it fly. You can sit in this room right now and say, man, niggas in here tweaking. I slap every nigga in this room. And it's me, you, and 3 other niggas. If you didn't say you gonna slap me, nigga, you couldn't have been talking to me. Because if you was, maybe I'd have been slapped. And if you did that, then it would be something different. But saying it to say, now it ain't no subliminals. Now is lines drawn, whether it's Rick Ross, whether it's A$AP Rocky, whether it's DJ Khaled, whether it's Hove. I feel like names was dropped. And people was put in the line of fire of like, yeah, I'm not rocking with y'all. And I like that. I ain't gonna lie. I like the attitude of it because ultimately I believe in family. I believe in community. But I believe also that the industry is a place that they try to perpetuate that it's family and community but it's really cutthroat. And I think that this whole album, a lot of people were saying, oh, it's repetitive. Oh, it sound Drake crying. Drake went from crying over the hoes, now he crying over the bros. But hey, people did things. And I think that's something ultimately that I took from it as well, understanding that sometimes it's not an accident. Sometimes people didn't do this by chance. Sometimes they've been waiting for other people to see you on your lows or see you down, so to speak, and they've been waiting to attack. And I feel like that's what I saw from a lot of people in the industry and in the world. So I can only imagine how he felt creating the music for these projects, because a lot of it was introspective. A lot of it was him thinking about how, man, these was my bros, these was my friends, these was my peers, and this how y'all play me. And so again, it's good music to me. I'd recommend it. I'd listen to, like I said, the other
Famous
two.
Niggas be making niggas they bros too quick for me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Niggas be too broed out. I think ultimately, even with the Kendrick and the J. Cole shit, we was hearing J. Cole preach that brother shit, my homie shit, my brother. We wasn't really hearing Kendrick say that shit. There was a lot of J. Cole saying that shit.
Facts.
So, like I said, these rap niggas is getting too, they do it more than niggas in the streets do it now. Bro, the niggas get around niggas that they think cool, and niggas from out of towns, and Chicago niggas do it too, and be making these niggas from New York and niggas from wherever, bro. We ain't gonna talk about a certain artist. One of our homies put an owl tattoo on himself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why, because that nigga ain't.
He's no OVO that I know.
And like I say, and this person, the person that didn't get a tattoo in honor of your movement or what you got going on.
Yeah.
So why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like I said, these niggas be dick riding, bro, and be thirsty to say they know a nigga and be over fanned out, and it's like, you nigga, you got a fan base too, and you fanned out about another nigga, which, not to say you can't be a fan of another artist or another, whatever craft that you're in, but all that bro family shit, and niggas be making niggas bro and family after knowing them even 2-3 years. I really wish the internet and these rap niggas would stop with that bro shit. You niggas is not brothers. You niggas is not family. You niggas is cutthroat, maybe business label partners, but you niggas is not family. You niggas is not brothers, cousins, none of that shit.
You talking about you're not twins?
Yeah, you niggas is weird. That's what you niggas is. Yeah. And once y'all stop, brother, everybody, y'all'll be all right.
Yeah, I think, like I said, even before going into a Precious perspective, I think that's industry agenda sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I've been comparing a lot of it to hooping or to when teams trying to get other players, like all this different type of stuff. It's like if you own a label and Kendrick is the next guy, you gonna talk to your label about getting Kendrick on your tours or on your shows, whatever the case may be. And so now you done put money in his pocket, food on the table for him to provide for his family. That kind of expedites the process of getting to know somebody, because in certain cases, can't really say the same for us being brothers, but you got some brothers who maybe if they was down bad, if I was down bad and you wasn't my brother, he ain't got no food to send me. He ain't got nothing to do for me. He yeah, bro, I'm fucked up too. Whereas a stranger come along who I just met and he's able to provide for me. If my mentor is there, I'm like, oh yeah, this is my brother now. We're bros. We're best friends. Whole time, that could be his thought process behind it, or it couldn't be. I feel like that's all in coming to know the people, coming to know your clientele, who you dealing with. And to your point, I feel like a lot of these guys don't know who they're dealing with until you really sit back and watch. Because the industry is a predatory pool. And so with that being said, understanding that everybody's not going to be upfront with their intentions. Everybody's not going to outright show their cards. And it's up to you to be discerned in that. And I think, and rapping in a Precious perspective, understanding discernment, understanding the difference between wins and losses and the thin line that is between a win and a loss, and that line that also separates you in a space from being at a loss to know that it's a lesson for you to win. And I think that this was a situation ultimately where, again, you can say a loss was taken, an L was handed out, but life still came from the situation through the new music. And I think that us as people have to take into consideration that more so than anything, understanding that every time we're faced with adversity, every time we're faced with frustration, things not going our ways, things that look like losses, that's literally your opportunity to level up. That's literally your opportunity to lean into the Most High and say, okay, bet, God, I'm at my lowest. Where can you throw me to? And if you not going to put in the work, if you not going to put in the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to get to that next point, then yeah, it truly is a loss. But when you a boss, you take those. And so with that being said, it's a wrap.
Peace.